Hey guys, it's Jeremy. Let's do another CGR coffee break. Haven't done one for a while. This is kind of a cool little thing you can add to spice up your power chords, your riffage. Okay, so just I don't want to do a whole bunch of theory, but let's talk about theory for just a minute. Let's talk about a power chord, fifth chord, right? So probably all of us, early on, especially those of us that started playing in the late 70s, early 80s, if you survived the 80s, you were playing lots of power chords, right? And power chords are great. Now, what makes a power chord a power chord? Well, a true power chord or a fifth chord, it's not major or minor, okay? Because you look at a power chord, it only contains the first and the fifth of a chord. Well, it's the third that determines whether it's major or minor, right? So if I'm playing an A power chord, I could do the two-finger version, right? I'm literally playing an A, which is the root, and the E, which is the fifth. So that's not major or minor, which is kind of cool. And so many rock songs just use power chords. Nothing wrong with that at all. But again, there's no third. There's a third. A major chord would be the 1, 3, and 5, makes it a major, right? A 1 flatted third and 5 make it a minor. So here's a little cool thing you can do with your power chords by the using what I call them Michael Schenker chords. They're dyads is all they are. A dyad is just a little two-note figure. So how about let's look at an E power chord that's based on the 5th string at the 7th fret, right? In the 80s especially, people like that E power chord because you could then pedal on the low E. So so many songs are based on that, Okay, so jillions of songs use that, just the E power chord, which is great. Nothing wrong. But here's what's cool, okay? How about instead of playing a first and a fifth dyad, okay? That's a dyad, first and the fifth of an E, right? How about if instead of playing the first and the fifth, I played the first and the third? Okay, still a dyad. I'm only playing 2 notes, but now I've got kind of a major sound. Okay? Instead of just the first and the fifth, I'm playing the first and the third. My root's still here on E. Now, remember what I said to make a chord minor, it's a flatted third. So if I move that third back, okay, it looks weird to finger it that way. I would actually play it I'd play the root with my ring and then put it right there, right? Now that's a little dyad with the first and flatted third. Whoops. There we go. So that gives me kind of a minor sound. See how I'm doing that major? Minor. Okay, so that's the difference. So you're thinking, well, what does that do? Well, here's what's cool. So just think about a riff that's a power chord riff and think, well, what if I use that little dyad, the Michael Schenker shaped dyad instead? So instead of just playing an E, what if I did that as a major version, right? Okay, so a little different sound. I could do it as the minor version. Okay, and I think it'll make sense if I play you a few, like some Schenker songs. So if I played Desert Song, one of my favorite Schenker songs. Something like that, okay? Listen to this. Okay, that has a lot more movement in it because I'm going from these little minor shapes to major shapes. Okay, and it just sounds a little what's the word? It's more voicey, right? It's got more texture than if I were just playing straight bar chords. See, it's not the same, right? So just experiment with that. Try in those situations where you would normally just play a bar chord or a regular, power chord. See if maybe it would work with one of these little dyads. Again, remember the major version or the minor version. And remember, your root's the same as if it's a regular power chord. So here's an E power chord, an E little major dyad, an E minor dyad. But once you have this little pattern, you can alternate, usually what you'll see happening is you're alternating between minor and major of those little dyads. So there's all kinds of stuff you can have fun with that. And the pedal, the pedal riding on the low E, there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. It just kind of spices things up instead of just your normal power chords. So have fun with that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you so much for joining me for this coffee break. We'll do it again some other time. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.